back to Blood and Silk in the wonderful world of Anthropia, where our fearless adventurers just ran like little scared bitches just because of some horrific monstrosity that was once a decently hot chick who suddenly um, like merged with her spider mount and became a like spider scimitar or centaur slash um, evil monstrosity due to the hand of Devin Red, who is some type of succubus fiend who um, has a lot of gilf energy though, and
CR25.
is seems to be uh, also probably a spellcaster of some kind, and
She
you
was
guys
doing that
decided that it
ritual.
would be a good idea to leave and get the heck out of there. Um, Nevin was able to um, direct you toward the passage that he had come in through, and on the way out, kind of crawling through some of the ruins, he turned around and kicked out a rock and kind of closed off the tunnel behind, hoping that that would slow things down a bit. When you came out into the clearing that you had gone through and where you had met Cody the cultist, there is a red spider that is being attacked by two creatures that look almost like a more corporeal version of what kind of the um, nasty things that were in that shambling mound of undead. This seems to be kind of detached from the shambling mound, and um, is kind of a combination of of like organic material and kind of undeadness. If you've seen the movie The Gorge with the Hollow Men, or the Hollow Men from Fable, um, that's essentially what these things are moving like, except that they are large um, creatures. So they stand like a like they were once giant humanoids that have taken on the effects of being made out of mud, dirt, and branches, along with um, an undead kind of carcass. They look super nasty, and they are luckily fighting um, a giant spider, which to Conrich, he's like, point. I fucking told you it's fucking red. It's fucking red.
It's always red.
um,
The
and
spider, bro.
and
Go ahead.
Nevin looks up and sees the spider, and he's like, Doris, no! And that is where we start tonight's episode. Is rolling for initiative immediately with these two monstrosities in your faces, and Mr. Nevin suddenly screaming out Doris no as if his grandmother's being attacked. Um, all right, with everybody rolling their 16.16s and everything else, we are ready to begin combat. Due to the luck of the draw, Riddick, you are up first. What you see is like that this red spider, which is let's fix this for a second, is faced off toward these strange large creatures, and
Why do their tokens look like red salamanders?
um, because I just thought it would be, oh, you know what? All right, fine. While you guys are doing things
It
that
just
are.
really just doesn't look like the picture you brought up. So
That
I'm
is
just
that
wondering
is
where the
fair. I
disconnect
understand.
is.
I understand. I understand. You know what? I'm gonna I'm gonna fix you up right. Okay.
Another another detail. Excuse
Yeah,
me,
that's
is
what I
that
want.
Conrick
Yeah. What's that?
Rick would go before me because he has a higher deck.
Riddick is going for you.
Or do you have no?
I said
I would go
Conrick
before.
19 or
Conrick?
I would
something,
go
and I have a
before
6.
Nosy.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I just don't have his fancy .17 value or whatever he uses.
I use 16.19, bro. Get it right. It's all good. I know. You're gonna kick me. Almost.
I'm not. No, stay. All right. Is at least one of them showing up more correctly now? Yeah. Uh, no, it
Yeah,
looks like shit.
cool.
See, this is what I didn't want to do. Now I have to. Now I have to make custom freaking tokens, and I have to do it.
Yeah,
because
thanks a lot, bro. Damn
Because-
artists.
I should have just put Rush in charge of token creation because he would have done a better job of it and actually had it consistent. You know what? The other one, you know what? Just to really throw people off, the other one looks like a dragon.
Make what?
You have no idea what you're fighting now. Everything's confusing. Nothing makes sense. The world is in chaos,
Like,
and the
Like
mother
waking
is
up.
waking up. Mother of chaos awakens right here, right now. All right, now I'm finding at least the picture that indicates, and I'll get some tokens made up. So, boom, boom, faced off against a giant spider. Riddick, what do you do?
All right. So last time Mossy took some damage, right?
He did.
yeah, it's Mosey. Mozy.
My bad.
Mosey.
Um,
Yeah, he's at 34.55. He's down 21 down.
I am gonna. Riddick walks up, puts his hand on his shoulder. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Thanks, broski.
And you'll get some health back here.
All right.
14. All right, that puts him at 48. He's like, yeah. Then he rages when he can. When it's his turn.
14.
Wait, that put you at 48. Did you just add the hit points to yourself?
Yeah, I did. I'm at 48. Let's see. Do you want me to do it on here?
No, I got it. I added right as you were doing it. I added it as well. So I will let you control that. All right. So
Okay.
that is your action. Anything else that you want to do? You wouldn't be able.
Um,
You wouldn't be
Go
able to
ahead.
attack because you used your action to cast Cure Wounds. But if you had a
yeah.
bonus
So
action,
my arcane hammer lasts for 1 minute, right? When I activate it.
that is correct.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and activate that.
Again, yep.
Do I roll once at the beginning or every attack?
When you make the attack, it will incorporate that damage.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use my bonus action to activate that,
Good to go.
and that's my turn.
What kind of damage are you going to activate to it? It defaults to force damage. Most creatures do not have a weakness against, or don't have resistance to force damage.
Yeah, I'll do force is good.
All right, Mosey, you are up
And then I'll have
next.
the steel defender bias too.
Oh yeah, the steel defender is going to do what?
Just come stand right next to us so he can use his reaction if he needs to.
All right, moves on up. Moving on up. Mosey,
All right, I'm gonna rage
I was hoping so.
and
And attack the spider.
well, you see, I'm thinking about the spider, but I don't know about these other things. It's like, who's the enemy here? Everybody, I guess.
I am getting bad vibes from the spider. The spider does have the bad vibes outlined, so
Because it's red, right?
it is outlined. It is outlined in red.
Anyway,
Um, the
Arden
I would
is
say if
gonna
you
run
want
here.
to actually go ahead and if you're kind of checking out this spider, trying to get an idea of it, go ahead and do a perception check.
Sure. Okay. Nice. 23.
Different than the spiders that you have encountered so far. This one has a saddle on it.
Oh, it's one of those druid spider things.
It
Remember
is.
those?
Yep.
A spider. Okay, I'm going to say that to you guys. I think it's one of those spider things ridden by the druids. We should
Yes,
probably
it's
shift our
Doris. Don't hit her.
we should probably shift our target to one of these other ones. And I do that as I need to calculate the distance. 1 moment. 30. Okay, so I'm going to run 10 feet. My miniature won't move. I want to move. Oh, because I'm on the wrong menu. I know. So I run, and as I run, I grab my spear, and then when I get there, I huck it into this guy, the one I have targeted.
Okay. Huck that. Come on,
I
spider
huck that
trucker.
sucker. But I don't stop mooning. I don't start running. I don't stop. I don't start running. I just keep going. I just chuck it ahead of me for 23 to hit.
That hits.
And let's see what it does. I don't know why I didn't just.
I mean, just
guess I could
barely,
roll
though.
it.
I'm just joking.
Right? Okay, so a hit for 15. Ignore the dice that it just. Oh, what? Yeah, ignore that second one.
And then ignoring the second one, so 15 total damage applied to the.
Yeah, I get a little bit of lag. I got a little
Alright.
bit of lag. So what I'm going to do is I'm running a bit over here. Screw it.
So just
I can
as
go
a note, I don't know if your sheet in the forge is set up and works well for you, but that would allow me to actually add the or apply the damage like easily to these creatures when you hit them. I would just be able to.
You want me to
select
just damage there?
Yeah,
How do I
if
do
you
damage
can,
there?
if you can roll inside of the forge as opposed to on D&D Beyond, that would be great. If as long as it does the same things, but I don't know how you have it set up. So
I guess we can give it a go.
yeah, try it
There are
just to
some.
see because you have your second attack,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I do actually.
You don't have to take it if you don't want to.
Well, up here, the spear returns to my hand.
forgo
Right?
your extra attack for fun.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think that we
I'm
have
gonna
a
stand up
return
here.
on your spear up. You're gonna have to run up and grab it. I know somebody that could probably hook you up later on, but he can't
We can do
understand
that.
magical
Yeah,
items,
sure.
except for
Yeah, right.
one that I know of.
Except for the rule we broke already.
Yeah, fuck you. This is why rules as written.
We like it raw.
I see you. I see you playing favorites.
Why am I the only one without a magical item at this point in time? Like,
You do. You have a magical item. What do you have? The
I'm going to
sorry,
punch
without
it.
a second magical item.
okay,
Whatever.
all right, fine.
Just hit him with a spear, Mosey. Come on.
Spear's on the ground. Mosey raging. Leave him alone. And I reroll ones when I roll fours, or on the when I punch.
Yep.
Let's see here. So don't add the divine fury. This is just looks like 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage.
Yeah, I uppercut him.
Alrighty.
Well, maybe hit him in the chin. Urgh.
Wait, did you add? damage?
You're 3 feet tall, and this thing is
Yeah,
10 feet tall.
Yeah, so I just popped him in the shin. for 10
Oh,
points of
Shin. I
damage.
heard Chin. Okay.
Chin. I did say chin initially, then I realized how big it was, then I changed it to shin.
Understandable.
All
So
right,
yeah, no Divine Fury is only once around, and the rage is every strike while I'm raging. Oh, I forgot to roll it thing. I'm not even sure how to roll it thing.
All right. So the barbarian has unleashed his barrage of nonsense, upsetting the DM intensely. But he has something for that ass. If there is,
Insults aren't necessary.
I would never insult you as a person, but Mosey, that guy's a
No, I
dick.
know. I'm just kidding.
Speaking of dicks, Conrich, you're up.
4.
Oh. All right. Connor's just going to throw 2 daggers because we've already decided we're killing these things, and he's into it. They look ugly. He's not going to give himself advantage on the first attack because he wants to throw 2 daggers instead of 1, and he's selfish.
Excellent.
And he rolled a 1, so he's
Go
going to
ahead and
throw 1
re-roll that
dagger.
one. Yeah, halfling.
All right,
motherfucker.
let's go.
Well, your buddy's over here, so you get sneak attack. Cool.
That is a 17 to hit.
17 to hit hits.
Damn it. That is 16 points of psychic damage.
All right. You watch as this thing crumbles under your attack, and you're like, "What a little bitch! What a little bitch!" And so yeah, it dies right in front of you. Well, not in front of you,
All right.
in front of Mosey. You from a safe distance away, as is a good little
Good little rogue.
little rogue. Let's go
I think
ahead.
I could throw a dagger under this massive spider and still hit this one without it having cover.
All right.
Could just move.
I could just move, but that's all to work.
You see a ugly red salamander faced looking motherfucker that starts to storm through the bushes, hearing the death cries of it. It was trying to hide and doing a really shitty job of it.
All right, I'm gonna move here and target this still living one with my bonus action attack. And I have advantage because of wait, do I have advantage? I keep having to reread this stupid ability.
If it's Vex, if you hit it before with Vex, then you do. Did you hit this one before? On the first strike, you don't. The first strike, there's no advantage, but the second strike, you would because of
It's against that creature, so no, I don't have advantage. Normal. That is a 4, 3, 15 to hit.
It hits.
I hate having to do math because of these stupid dice. 8 psychic damage.
8 psychic damage to this one right here, correct?
The left one, yeah.
Okay.
The one targeted.
8 damage. Boom.
End turn.
End of turn. Wild Wanderer comes moving up during its turn and can't make it the rest of the way. Let's go ahead and
Be a hater now.
roll. All right. Does anyone have a passive perception above a 14?
Can you
I
see at
have
the
a-
bottom? Shouldn't you be able
Exactly.
to?
I can, but I just wanted to ask.
Have a 14.
Yes, you sneaky little bitch.
Wait a minute.
My
right
passive
now-
perception is 18.
I know it is. I know it is.
Minus 17. Right,
You
because
watch
I'm raging.
as Conrich, there is something creeping in the bushes right here. You can see it, but the others cannot. So if you tried to hit it, it would be you wouldn't have disadvantage. All right.
Okay.
The giant spider.
I don't see what it is. I just see something creeping.
You just see something creeping. You watch as this giant spider takes the disengage action and runs back toward Nevin. All right. This creature, seeing its buddy fucked up by this little, he thinks it's a gnome, if he's not mistaken.
That's rude.
I know.
I am not a gnome.
And then goes in for the bite and
For the
claw
kill.
attacks. 10 doesn't hit.
Negative.
Negative. Does an 18
that,
hit?
that hits. Just hits.
Alrighty. So let's go ahead and we'll just do the next attack, and then we'll have you roll the
Bam.
save. Oh, shit!
It's okay. I'm raging. Grr.
All right. So a
Well, it's 8 points.
small bit of damage to the. Let me go ahead and half that down. And we're gonna go, I did quarter. I didn't mean to put quarter, so
He already took the damage.
he already
To
took
himself.
off his damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing it in Beyond. I'm not sure how to use this recording system on the character sheet. It's just
You just click on the number.
what?
Oh, I just killed myself on accident.
Hey, good job.
Nailed it.
Got it.
All right. So you took off your damage already. Go ahead
I
and
did. Yeah.
go ahead and give me a. Actually, you know what? I'll just do it for you.
No, I make my own rules only.
All right. So go ahead and give me a blind roll, and for your Constitution saving throw.
You want a You want a saving throw?
Yep. I
What
want
do you mean by
I
blind?
want a blind Constitution saving throw.
Do you mean versus blindness or just?
No, I mean that.
No,
nobody
go
else
into,
sees it except for me.
Oh,
Go into Forge.
I know how.
Go into go into Forge at the bottom right. Do blind
Okay,
GM
everybody
roll.
was able to see that, so
we can
Yeah,
ignore
we can.
that. Okay. Tell me where it is, guys. Tell me where it is.
On Forge, you see on the bottom right. If you're in the chat box,
Oh, that thing, public roll. Yeah, I see it. Okay,
public roll, change it to I think blind GM,
I got it. I just didn't know where I was. Private GM. Okay.
Yeah. and then just click on con save on your.
Yeah, I know the rest. I got it.
all right. Okay.
If it's poison, I'll have advantage with it.
It's not poison. It's a small larva that's going to grow in your chest over the next 3 months, if it happened. It's not poison.
Right.
It's not like a huge deal. Like 3 months game time could be 3 years playing this campaign, so we should be fine.
Are we gonna die in a month? Like,
All right.
So does he. Go ahead.
Don't forget to set your roll back to public before you do anything else,
All right, Nevin.
or you can keep it blind. It doesn't really matter.
You watch as Nevin begins to bind the wound on his spider, and sees that, is like, oh my gosh, what did they do to you? What did they do to you? He seems very out of it after watching what happened to his sister, but he hopefully will be in the fight next round. Riddick, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna just run in and swing some hammers. So that's my movement. I will attack with my hammer.
All right, 14 just hits.
14. Then that is
All right, so you have
14
the,
damage.
Yep, so that had the D6 added to it. Did you see that?
Yep, I saw that. Thank you.
You're ready, and gets applied to that one. And we're going with the light hammer after. Little 1-2 punch.
Yep, going in with the lightning. See if I can do it right this time.
God damn it. Excellent.
Right.
Yes, a 22 also hits.
One moment.
That's a 1.
And
I think with my fighting style, that should still add my
It should.
modifier.
and your modifier is
So +3.
+3.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then because that has the nick property, I think I still have my bonus action.
If you had attacked with your hammer as your primary, as your attack, then it would have been with the then you would have had a second attack, but you still have a another attack that you can do with your primary hammer,
Okay.
because as an artificer at level 2 you have 2 attacks, right?
I
At
don't think I
level
get that
two?
from level 5. Level 5.
Yeah, you have to be level 5, and he's level 1-4 multi-class.
He's level 5, but level 3 you're not a level 5 artificer.
I'm a level 3 artificer, yeah.
Makes
So I don't
sense.
have the extra attack.
So you don't have the extra attack. So yeah, so if you were to attack with your primary attack with the light hammer, then you would get a second attack without the bonus action.
Okay,
Is his
so I just gotta
arcane hammer
reverse-
not light?
The arcane hammer is not.
The arcane hammer is not light, but I have the dual wielder legacy feat that ignores the light property, or ignores.
So he can.
If
Okay,
it's
because I was
not
just
light.
reading Nick. But yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. So you can dual wield, but in order to get that second attack, you would have to use the light hammer essentially twice. So it would make a lot of sense though. It would make a lot of sense though if you were attacking from a distance to use that as your primary action, because it would return to you, and then you could throw it again and not be using your bonus action for that.
Gotcha.
So then you could use it again with your bonus action.
That's stupid. Is that how that works?
Well, I think you
think
can only do
so.
it once per turn. It's or once per
Oh.
once per turn.
But you'd still use your bonus action to command your
Yes.
golem to attack.
You would
Probably.
still have that. I'm guessing he, as default, just follows behind you.
Yep, he's gonna come stand with me.
Sounds like a plan. Moving on up. All right. Mosey, I always enjoy your turn. It's usually 30 to 40 points of damage, and
Right.
it makes me wish that I would have brought more monsters.
I'll just bring more monsters. Fine.
I only brought 3 monsters this time.
He's gonna pick up the spear. Is it right? Is it close enough to pick up?
Yeah. and it does not require a strength check to pull it out. It comes out as if from clay.
Well, he'll thrust it into the other one, right next to him, grinning. Rolled snake eyes, unfortunately. That's all right. Still does 11 points.
Still does 11 points with snake eyes.
And then I'm gonna punch him in. And I'm gonna punch him just for fun. It's my second attack.
Okay.
Ignore the divine fury damage. That doesn't apply. Come on. And shit's low. Okay, AC 14, 9 damage. And he's going to stomp on his foot for his bonus action. He's like, go away, you.
You stomp on a dead creature's foot.
Good.
It's dead already.
Oh,
While it's dying, it's like, ah! And then it's like, fuck! My ankle! And dies. You literally added insult to injury / death.
Ozzy's a real beast, man. Piss him off.
Now he is. If there was an afterlife that these undead creatures, these fiendish creatures, had waiting for them, he now walks with a limp in death. Because he made the mistake of crossing Mosey. All right, Connor, you were up. You have heard a creature up in this area, and you would be able to attack it and can spot it kind of moving like a clever girl.
Active perception check. 24.
24.
I want to see that fucker.
Yeah, it's right there.
It's another one of the stupid salamanders.
Hey, I'm just a salamander guy.
And I pointed out. Say, guys, there's another one right there.
Did we all see it? 31 perception rolls.
In order to see it, you would have to do a perception check. But since he did one, I'm saying that he's essentially that's him calling it out and doing it effectively.
I point at it in your brain. Yeah, right over there. I can only do it for Mosey, but it'd still be funny.
Like the literal equivalent of pinging actually happens inside of your brain.
Yeah, you see a little red marker in your eyes, and you're just like, oh. All right. And that's my... Actually, no, I'm going to hide behind this tree. Is this a tree? It looks like a tree to me.
There's definitely
hide behind it with my bonus action.
So yeah, you'd be able to get in there and hide for sure.
Where'd you go?
All right, dexterity, stealth, that one, normal. 27.
Connor can no longer be detected on this plane of existence.
Right.
One sneaky motherfucker, and that's my turn.
All right.
Mosey's hiding behind that big one because he's so small.
True, there are corpses there.
I probably would have cover, maybe. I didn't actually say I was.
All right, this one moves up and comes in for the attack against Mosey. First initiating with the bite attack. I'm guessing a 9 does not hit.
Negative.
And then comes in with its double claw attack.
You have your dice on question marks. Just so you know.
That is no good.
Unless you want it to be shared.
All right, 22 hits.
Yeah.
All right, 9 points of damage, halved. Are you applying your damage?
I will, yes. 4 points. When I did that,
Love round down.
Hold on one
I
second.
see where
I forgot to actually attack you before I decided to just. An 18 still hits, so another 4 points of damage.
4 points is halved, by the way, already.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
Making sure.
All right.
All right, and as its final bit of movement, it backs up away from you.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna stab it with the spear as it backs up,
Good.
just for fun. I'm like,
Poke
don't
it in the
go,
shin.
Where are you going? Where are you going? What is that? I guess you get away. I probably missed with 10.
All right, 10 does miss. But luckily I have
That's right.
now expended your reaction. So this one comes streaming in right past you. And can't end its turn inside of the. Let me make sure that. What's my movement? Yep. Let me double check the amount of movement that I.
Well, we wouldn't get in an attack of opportunity anyway because it didn't leave our threat. We just entered it. Unless we have Polearm Master, which I don't think any of us do.
Well,
Actually, Sentinel.
he's trying to find the.
Into your reach.
He's trying to find the little sneaky guy, and can't yet. So
He's over there.
Bastard.
but he's gonna go.
You can't even see where I am.
He's
I pointed over here. How do I point on this damn thing? I pointed over here.
you.
Oh, okay. He's over there.
Yeah, I said he's over there.
I don't have my rock cloak yet.
I'm not going to turn you in, buddy.
You hear in your mind as it starts to attack the artificer.
Doesn't try and hit me even though it can't see me?
No, it's hitting the artificer. 15 does not hit. Let's go for the claw attacks. A 23 does hit.
That'll hit.
Get ready to do a Constitution saving throw that that other people can't see. And another claw attack comes in. Ooh. Normal. And 8 points of damage. All right. Go ahead and roll that that sexy Constitution saving throw. Excellent. All right. That is it for them. As the spider's action, Nevin, it bends down so that Nevin can get on top of the spider and is now riding it. Death croaks from Wild Wanderer number 1 and 3. It is now Nevin's turn. He comes marching into battle as he, like, the spider like goes over the top of you, which is a little frightening as this large spider like climbs over the top of you, almost putting one of its talons into you while it's running over. But you're not dumb. You've hidden next to something that keeps that from doing that. But he now comes in with his spear attack, while mounted with advantage, which is good because he got one shitty roll. And you watch as Nevin drives down its spear for a whopping 3 points of damage, He's so cool. That's all he's got. Riddick, you're up.
All right.
There is
I'm gonna swing on this guy.
there is
There's
something
what?
that crosses your mind. Coming to the Druid tribe's chief, to let him know that both of his children are dead, is going to be bad. So we don't want this wild wanderer, which you have seen in the past. These creatures like this, and this variety in particular roam the wilds a lot, and usually the druids will run, or they will hide from these creatures. And this is the first exciting time that you've seen where people, instead of running and hiding, are just fighting it and destroying them. And so it's kind of refreshing to have this change of pace instead of run and hide, fight and smash.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna swing on this one then. Oops.
Awesome. Awesome. Now.
All right. Does that 13 hit?
A 13 does not. Also, you rolled a
Um,
net. Wait, why is it showing a 1?
It has a +1 from the.
Yeah, I know, but
Infusion.
it's showing up as red. But oh, that's because you have it targeted, and it's letting you know that you didn't hit it.
Gotcha.
Because it has,
I'm gonna go ahead and use my bonus action. Swing with the light hammer.
Ooh.
Ooh.
how you feel now? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling?
Not great.
Yeah, this is welcome to D&D. Yay! I did nothing on my turn. How exciting! What's funny too is that as you are going to hit it, you hit like the tree next to this creature, and the freaking hammer spins out of your hand. And you're like, I gotta go pick and then the returning factor of the hammer works, and you're like, oh, that's nice. Cool. So your thrown hammer, your accidentally thrown light hammer does not impede you too badly. Your
Gotcha.
steel defender, though, standing next to you, does look at you and go, and you feel like this psychic connection of, wow, nice one. All right, Mosey, you're up.
I'm gonna have the steel defender stand between me and Nevin.
Okay,
I saw he didn't do so hot either fighting this thing, so I don't want him to get hurt.
sounds good. So, because that steel defender can, as it's actually,
It has a reaction to impose disadvantage on a creature within 5 feet attacking.
excellent. Alrighty, Mosey, you're up. Is he frozen? Is he gone?
I can't tell if he's frozen or if he's just very intently staring at his screen.
I think that he is not intently staring at his screen. I just clicked off and clicked back on, and we're getting the spin. Oh, yep, there he is.
Oh,
Hey guys, I'm having some lag. I'm gonna disconnect and reconnect. Be right back.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. do you want to play my turn and then we?
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh no, he's back already.
No. Let's do that. Let's
All right.
see. Because you actually would have been before him anyway.
Yeah, he is before me. We tried telling you that, but
I understand. I just
Um,
didn't do anything about it because
it's all right, bro.
Because there wasn't any enemies or whatever. It's not a big deal. All right, so I'm going to attack from hiding. Do I have advantage because this creature can't see me?
correct. And you have
Okay, sick.
enemies within. Yeah.
I got plenty of things.
Yep. Just don't crit fail.
Just don't roll a 3, and a 4. Come on.
You have inspiration, bro?
No.
Yeah,
Oh
the luck-
no!
The luck-
Like it would have been better to roll a 1 just so that way you could have
So I
re-rolled.
could re-roll it. Yeah.
Okay, well,
you have the luck-
All right. So I've exposed my hiding spot for nothing. No, I don't have lucky.
not yet. He doesn't.
I have
Right.
alert.
Um,
Um. So I didn't hit it. So I guess I just got to go for the bonus action attack because I'm not. I don't think it's gonna risk climbing through the spider and the other thing to try and hit me. So we're gonna go that normal. Hit that one just
hit
fine.
the fucker.
22.
Okay.
Two plus 4, 6 plus sneak attack. So I have allies within 5 feet. I rolled a 1 and a 2 on my sneak attack. You love to see it. 13 points of psychic damage. Oh, we're rolling well
Powerful.
today, gentlemen.
Powerful.
Powerful 13 points. Yep.
Okay.
And I'm gonna end my turn hiding behind the spider. Not actually hiding,
Not
but,
actually hiding, but
no.
definitely
but
utilizing
using
it
its cover.
as half cover for sure. All right,
All right,
Mosey.
so Mosey hops on this rock over here, or climbs on it, whatever, and then he'll look up at the sky and cry to Mishako. She's a healing god, and then he just like glows white and heals 31 hit points from Warrior of the Gods. It's a bonus action to do.
Excellent.
So he's all healed up, looking good. All right, yeah, that's cool. And then what he's going to do is he's going to take his spear and just jump off this rock right into this damn thing. He's just going to launch right into it.
Sounds good. Do it.
Suicide jump, bro. That's Mosey. He's kind of crazy. And he's going to do it with the athletics just for fun.
Got it. I want to
He's
see
gonna,
it.
he's going to make it look good. I roll good. My dice are slow. Oh yeah, 25. It looks really good. Now we're gonna see if we hit him.
What
Watch, I roll
is
one.
what does angry raging athletics look like in this situation?
Okay. Oh, what it looks like?
Yeah, I'm guessing it's got to be. I'm guessing it's. I'm imagining
Okay,
like a gymnast that is.
Mosey unless he has to be stealthy, he makes a lot of noise, lots of yells, and he like curses and like people would curse, but he's using different deities' names and but he's using them in opposition to the enemy. I'll try to create some insults.
So
and stuff.
it sounds like a combination of a female tennis match and a female gymnastics routine, but together. So it's like he and then like doing flips at the same time. Got it.
I suppose it could translate to that, but it's more like he growls and
Yeah. Don't worry.
Jumps on
I'm sorry for emasculating him. He doesn't sound like a teenage girl as a halfling.
right. Don't worry about it, brother. I got you. He's gonna do this as a reckless. No, he doesn't need to do it as a reckless attack. He can just do it. 22 to hit him. Looking like 15 points.
15 points of damage.
Yeah. And then he's gonna go over here and he's like, look at me, don't pay attention. He's compelling it to pay attention only to him.
Got it. Pulling aggro.
He doesn't want to divert more enemies to his buddies. So he's gonna do that, and then he's going to second attack. He'll punch it in the face, like a side swipe.
Got it.
Like, look at me, I know I can hit him with the spear, but it's more fun.
No, I love it.
Yeah, I like to. Yeah, I used to play Champions, the hero role playing game.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we
yeah.
would describe our in
Absolutely.
soliloquy. So that's why I like. That's why I chose Sailor for Cabin Brawler because I can do this. So there you go. There you go. 23 to hit for 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage.
Yeah, you got to just forget the Divine Fury for everything
Yeah,
after
yeah,
the
yeah.
first strike.
All right, you watch
I'll repeat.
as the smash of the spear into its face, and then you grabbing it by the face and boxing it in the head. Look at me. It is looking fucked up. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right. And
I'm
you
fairly
watch
confident I
as
have
this as this creature looks at you, and the smash that you just did into its face. You watch part of its face kind of start to recombine, and and fix itself. Um, as
I do. These strikes are well, the first strike with Divine Fury is radiant damage. I think my rage. I'll have to check if my rage is radiant or not.
Yep. So
I don't know if
with
that matters. Sorry.
no. It often can. But with the regenerative feature that these things have, it's just because of their nature, and many creatures with certain types of damage, it prevents it from happening. This is not the case. So as long as it survives the round, it gets to at the beginning of its turn, it gets to regain some of its hit points, and you are able to
Brenda,
see that clearly. Um,
I think Mosey just grins, thinking to himself that, yeah, I get to beat on you some more.
you hear inside of your mind, "You will be the mother of my children."
Eat my shorts. Ah.
And as it says that, it comes in with its giant maw, and as it says, "You will bear my children," and it misses, and just its tongue kind of caresses you gently on the face, as opposed to hitting you for any damage whatsoever.
Mosey's like, yeah, that, that, yeah.
It doesn't do psychic damage unless you decide that it does psychic damage. Um,
No, I
being
just wiping his
being
face off.
seductively licked by a creature does a 20 hit though. On a better
Yeah, it
roll.
hits.
Good. 'Cause I'm
Hey,
all right, and I'm applying the damage. If that's okay.
sure, man.
All right.
If it makes it feel better.
Always, always, always. All right, half damage to that one, and then it comes in for
Right,
its.
So it was 13 damage. Then?
No. It was halved. Comes in with another nat 1 with its claw, and now wipes away the saliva on your face as it comes in with its attack, drying your face to make sure that you are not insulted by its fucking. I want to. Eventually, one day before he gets too strong, I want to see Mosey have to do death saving throws, but it is not this day. All right.
Hey, now you can do it. He's
Not when he rolls a 31 HP heal.
Fucking A. He can only.
Where the fuck does that even come from?
Oh, that's he's a zealot barbarian. He gets that at third level was a zealot barbarian, and it's called Warrior of the Gods, and he can do it. I think it's once per long rest, and it's the dice that I have. It's 4d12 up to level 6, and then it goes to 5d12, and then I think level 14 is 6d12.
All right. You see that the
It's not actually heal; it's my hit dice I get to use in advance.
that although
Oh.
it just looks like leaves and bark, there is quite a bit of substance to Nevin's armor. It is equivalent to like splint mail with the type of wood that it utilizes and the material that it's constructed from. So as this thing comes in with a hit, you just watch as the bite is deflected and stopped by an armored gauntlet that comes up and blocks it. The creature comes in with its claw attacks. A 20 though does hit him, and and 7 points of damage. And second claw attack comes in. Also hitting. And 10 more points of damage. He is bloodied and looking rough. There is also his Constitution saving throws. All right.
How many eggs do these fuckers have?
If the target is a humanoid, it must succeed on a DC 14 Constitution saving throw or be infected with the disease. A minuscule Wait. It does say the word disease though, and you're immune to, or you have, what again, Mosey?
Well, my first saving throw was a 14 before you told me to roll it privately.
Right. No, what
But-
I'm saying is, what do you have? What do you have? As
I'm
far as
resistant to
barbarian was?
poison.
What?
I'm resistant to poison.
Resistant to poisons. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
As a stout barbarian. Sorry,
All right.
stout. But I probably could get, a healer type to heal whatever it is and figure out what's going on.
Yeah. The this is something that the artificer that's been hanging out with the druids have seen, that in the village there is somebody who is skilled almost as a surgeon, and goes in and removes these
face hugger.
infections. Depending on how
Right.
advanced it is, or if there's any complications, there are individuals that have died in the procedure, but they are.
I guess
they're
I guess a key question is: does Mosey know that he's infected?
no,
Does he know that?
no,
That's the
not
thing.
yet. And that's
Yeah.
and whether you're infected or not is
Good point.
still
Yeah.
to be determined for you. All right, Nevin is ready to make his attack. Would anyone shout out to him to do something else? He could use his action in order to run away.
Connors wouldn't say shit.
Is he beat up?
He's bloody.
I think we got to take this thing down.
No, I'm talking about Nevin. Nevin's bloodied.
Oh,
Yeah.
He has 2 hit points left.
Well,
Yeah.
heal yourself. Disengage or dodge.
All right, so he takes
I mean,
he takes the dodge
Heal
action, and hopefully that will help keep him alive long enough for you guys to kill these things.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I got you, Nevin.
All right, Riddick, you're up.
all right. I'm swinging on it again. Let's see if I can hit this time.
How do you feel about
14
that one?
again.
How do you feel about
Ugh.
that one?
Shoot.
You just beat your meat. Or no, I'm sorry. If it meets it, it beats. So a 14 is what the AC of this creature is. So
Oh, it does hit.
it
Okay,
does
cool.
hit. But don't
All
roll,
right,
don't roll a 13 next time.
Say again.
I said don't roll a 13 next time.
Yeah. All right, that's 16 damage.
All right, a bashing 16 points of damage. The creature is the recovery that it had made during its turn is immediately washed away. Plus,
I am gonna action surge and do another attack with my arcane hammer.
oh, that's why you went 2 levels in fighter.
You
That is.
A 26 does in fact hit.
All right.
And 11 points of damage is owie.
Go ahead.
I'm still in single digits. What do you got?
Nevin did the dodge action, right? That's what he did.
He did.
Okay, I think he's okay then. I'm gonna use my bonus action, swing on it one more time.
Excellent. Yeah, that hits.
All right, so 7.
7 points of damage. Guess how many hit points this motherfucker had?
8.
You
I wanted
watch
to
as
kill it.
crumbles to the ground. It's like it has this moment of I am going. And with the
I want to
action
throw
surge-
the light hammer through him and have it return back through me.
right through its head.
That last hit.
Excellent. All right, Conrich, you are up. There is one of these monstrosities still remaining.
I'm gonna crawl, literally crawl, but half-sized human crawl spider. I only know how it's arranged. On top of this rock that I saw Mosey do a ballerina jump off of, and
like a just spinning anime character slamming down with his spear. Yes.
I kind of crouch onto the rock and I use steady aim to give myself advantage on this attack roll because I've been rolling like shit. And I'm gonna make my normal attack.
Would you that a 27 crit does not hit? No, I'm just joking. I guess yes, it hits. Yes.
Unfortunate.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so normal damage plus flat value, right?
Correct. That one strike. That one strike.
I was confirming the sneak attack crit. It does,
sneak
right?
attack, yes, crit. Yeah, so it's going to be.
Okay.
It's going to sadly be what 18 points of damage. Is that
Plus whatever I roll here.
right? Yeah. So
14 plus 18.
If you could roll ones, that would be great. Maybe this thing has.
I rolled a
chance to survive.
14. 14 plus 18 plus 14 again, so 28 plus 18 damage.
All right.
I don't want to do that math, but
Yeah.
it's a good bit of damage.
Yeah, it'll do. So
46 points.
how many? How many did you say?
I think it's 46.
46 points of damage. All right, so when that 46 points of damage hits this 27 points of damage remaining monster, what does that look like?
Well, he threw a meat cleaver that he pulled out of who knows where.
Out of the ether.
Yeah, it just kind of it appears in his hand right before he throws it. So he kind of like crouches. He runs up on this rock that Mosey do an absolutely stellar ballerina jump from, crouches down, pulls his meat cleaver out of nowhere, and just like perfectly throws it. And you watch it kind of pass through this thing's brain and out the other side. And you can't see it, but its brain just totally melted. It's just gone. There's an empty cavity in its forehead now.
404, not found.
Brain not found. Yeah.
All right. Without seeming to have visibly taken damage, it just collapses to the ground with like this wisp of apparent brain matter like coming from it.
Leaking out its ears. Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe out its nose.
And collapses. One thing that that you and Mosey see out of the corner of your eye is the if you've ever looked at fireworks that are going off like in the distance, just peeking above one of the trees, you see a firework going off. Does anyone remember for a opportunity at heroic inspiration what a firework means?
That's a anti-magic storm trigger, right?
Correct. Um, and so there is question of what that will mean for you if you are attacked again here in the wilds. So what you understand of these and according to the mythology of these anti magic storms, um, it um, it I can't remember what the I'll have to look up the spell, but essentially, yeah, a an anti magic sphere. It's essentially like dispel magic um, as a radius. So if you have a plus one weapon, like you have your plus one hammer right now, um, it's going to become a hammer. Um, the
Can you guys?
Good thing I don't rely on magic.
you don't, but the but one of the questions that you have is whether that whether the innate abilities that you have are somehow and whether it is something that is going to work. You know, it's not casting a spell, it's not doing anything like that, but according to the myths that you have heard while in Anthropia,
Okay.
that like um,
Oh, there he is.
things just don't don't work the same way, um, and so it is a little concerning to find yourself in the wilds and see that firework going off. You also don't know whether or not that means with that firework going off how big this anti magic field is. Is that it's almost like a invisible storm front, like just because it's raining. Are you guys still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I see my shit's rebooting and I'm watching. But just because it's rain mean that it's raining at your house, but it could easily quickly happen that way, right? It's
We're all having the same problem. At least
Yeah,
he and
it's
I.
Okay, now we're not still there.
so this is what the
Yeah, my Discord's got 2,000 ping.
this is what the anti magic storm looks like as it's flowing through. It just wipes away the server and you can't actually interact with it. Oh my goodness.
All right. Massive brain. Outbeat Mosey and his massive brain.
Dirt.
Um,
I'll just back it.
so what I will
Weird.
And it is in the new
you're sounding mechanical. Hold on one second. Say that again. Rush.
Looks like we're having net
I'm
problems.
a better now.
Okay, you're better now. Go ahead. Now you don't sound like Robotron.
Okay, so I convey with Conridge's massive
No!
brain to beat up these massive brain.
Never.
Damn it!
Never.
It sounded
funny.
so good up until it went into warble and wobble. These creatures. The question is: are you headed toward the ranch, or are you headed toward headed to the protection of the village? Chief.
Are they like equal distance? Which one's closer?
They are equal distance. It sounded like Mosey said the ranch. Sounded like Conrich said, I can't tell.
Damn it, stupid. Damn it, stupid fucking Discord.
Did I not put enough tokens in the?
Honors doesn't really care.
You hear me, guys?
I can hear you. We can hear you now. For this moment.
We'll see how it goes, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, Conrich, he doesn't really care. He doesn't super trust these people, especially someone who rides Spider. So he's not insanely thrilled about the idea of bringing them back to the ranch where it's safe for now.
They're the druids. Mosey
So-
thinks, and druids aren't such bad guys. They got interesting knowledge about nature and shit.
So maybe visiting their camp is a good
I
idea.
imagine you're thinking that, and Mosey would reply that. So
Yeah, it's what
He's
has
interested.
been difficult is that as this anti-magic field is going past you, you can now experience that you are inside of it because it is actually difficult for you to communicate telepathically. It's
we're
Difficult or impossible?
well as impossible as our Discord conversation has
Right.
been. Like the exact same way that this
Okay.
Discord
So it's-
is going is
Okay.
the same way that the psychic connection is going.
That's cool. I like it.
So it's more like thoughts and emotions can get through, but not complete statements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, when you think of druid, yeah,
You just get the rage. All you can hear is rage down the bond.
well, that's true. He is raging. Never mind.
It's just tries to think it and nothing comes back.
Is it my turn yet? Or did
Um,
Connor kill it?
Yeah, no, Conrich killed it. He did 47 points of detonation damage as he crit freaking rolled and got
I was gonna do a waging intimidation and make it come.
come back to life just
That's
for a
cool.
moment.
No. Sure.
I say we go to the
Great-
druid camp.
great shot. I had a rogue the other day that did 98 on a critical.
Fuck yeah.
Crazy. Level 12.
So yeah, heading toward the Nevin dismounts and takes a look at some of the wounds that you received, Riddick, and looks and says, "We need we need to have Nichan take a look at you. You could very well be infected, as well as you, young one. Or I'm sorry, not young. I apologize. Brave one. There may be these creatures. We have found that we usually run from them because their claws they infect, and a few months afterwards there is one of these creatures will burst out of your chest.
Chest bursters. Fun.
The
Yeah, I don't want that to happen.
no one survives that, but the process for we will have to wait until this anti-magic storm passes as well. So what I need everyone to do is to go ahead and roll 2d6.
2d6. Do we
This will
get
be
any
for the-
modifiers?
No, this is a encounter roll.
Well, for the next 10 minutes, Mosey will keep his rage going by pinching himself. He's like, "Grrr."
All right, as you head out toward the camp, um, what's the order of march that you look at taking? Like, are you what kind of configuration are you moving in?
Is Neville joining us or Nevin joining
Nevin
us?
is joining you, yes, and he knows the way, so he does look at taking the lead, but you also notice that dude is looking rough.
You need to heal up, my friend. Should at least
Yeah, I'll
stay
do
here to
that.
rest.
I'll just call out random names and bring all
No,
the blood
no.
into
What I
my
mean
body the
is
way that we saw you do. That was incredible.
that was the Blakey. That was the blessing of Meshachel. You see, if you get in tight with the gods,
Bless
stuff
you.
like that happens to you.
What is a god?
He
Mosey
Connor
says that.
thinks Mosey sneezed.
Mosey
He
says
says
that
bless
with
you.
total confidence.
Or whatever
What
the equivalent is in this world.
what is that, Mosey? What did you tell him what a god was?
Mosey said, if you say, you ask for the blessing of Meshachel, that'll happen to you too. And he says it in total confidence, like everybody should just know that.
So
You know,
as you are walking along,
can't move him.
you do hear him muttering the name the best that he can, and he's saying Mashokul. Is that right?
It's Mish. I guess it's the intention, huh?
I want to do it right. I want to live. I don't want to insult these kids.
Okay, Mosey will go
Not the dudes.
Cool.
Midday Ul.
But
Mosey's also raging.
Meshachel.
So he's like,
He'll come up to his like stand on a rock and like look him in the face, and he's like, Meshachel.
Mashokul, and
It's Meshachel.
Mashakul.
Yeah.
Mashakul, make my blood come back into me. Now,
But you gotta do a little more than that, man. You gotta show true devotion and all that stuff, man. You can't just be a faker. You can't be a poser.
Mashakul
Neville.
will be your bitch. I don't really know how
Now
this
you're
works.
getting You follow us. You pay attention. You do what Mosey does. You'll maybe you'll figure it out.
All right,
I'm
so
gonna walk over to him and kind of put my hand on his shoulder and say, I never trusted in
But
God
when we-
myself. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him.
There you go.
excellent. All right, go ahead. So as you go to cast Cure Wounds, what you had done with Mosey, you placed his hand and a glow started to emanate from your fingers, and watch as the bruising and the lacerations on him started to immediately stitch up. There is a flicker, and nothing happens. You still lose the spell slot as you attempt to cast,
Is the
but there is no effect.
is the anti-magic aura still above us, or does the effects lingering?
Yeah,
I'll try to.
So
It must be.
based off of what just happened. Yes, and there is no indication of like a glow. There's no like additional clouds moving through. It's just, but
Right.
one thing that you do spot though is a piece of lapis stone on the ground. It's kind of a bluish rock, and realize that when you've been walking around in the wilds, this area has been heavily resource gathered, right? Where it's already been it's been picked clean for as much lapis as possible, but you find a small stone and realize that if the anti-magic field was gone, that this would actually be floating. So there is it seems the ability to
What did-
almost if you keep this stone to be able to know when you are and when you are not inside of that anti-magic field. So how would
like a
you
detection?
yeah how would you
Or
how
kinda
would you
like-
utilize that as a detector?
You just said it. It would drop.
It,
It would drop. Like
Just attach a
it
string
has
to it
dropped. It's on the ground.
so it doesn't float away.
Yeah. It is essentially a
a
balloon, right?
Right.
So go ahead and roll a.
Yeah, just tie a string to it.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
All right, go ahead and roll a survival check to see how good your
Is this
nodding
raging or
abilities.
no?
What's that? Go ahead.
is this while I'm raging or no?
I'm the
While
one
you're still
tying a
raging?
string to it.
Oh, this is. Well, if I'm doing it here, if you are, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
If I'm raging, yeah, 26.
I would love to see a raging barbarian try and tie a string around a tiny rock personally. So I'll let him do it.
Focus. It's about focus and little fingers.
Was that sleight of hand?
That was a raging survival. You want?
All right, so taking out a So turns out if you can't tie knots, tie lots, and that's what the rage gives you. It's just
Yeah, he did it like a fly thing. He would just,
so it almost looks like a monkey's paw keychain that you have braided and woven around this piece of lapis stone, and it is hanging down limp. You are all pretty much in agreement that was a lapis stone. What would be bad is if it was just a shiny blue rock that looked like a lapis stone. But there will be other indicators. But currently, you are inside of that anti magic as you continue toward the
well, if Nevin is as bad as he is, then maybe we should do a short rest and let him heal up a bit.
yeah, he's riding, so he is able to rest while you guys are moving. If you wanted to kind of stop and kind of keep a perimeter and be a little bit more on guard, you could definitely do that too.
I think we just slow march. If he can
Yeah.
rest while riding,
Yeah, that sounds good because I'm not that hurt. Are you guys?
The
I'm
The
been
rogue,
touched.
the rogue is untouched because he don't like you to touch you, so he
Yeah,
hide.
that makes sense.
the golem
The
and
only
I
touchy
can
he like amber.
So, your golem is damaged,
No, it's doing fine.
and you,
It didn't get hit. I'm just saying the golem and I can kind of walk on either side of him.
Walk
Right,
on either
cool.
side of the of Nevin.
Yep.
Essentially guiding him along. I don't have the spider on there, but just know that he is riding on the spider as you guys are moving along this road. And not really a road, but you can definitely see that there are cart marks on this part of the forest, as well as what almost looks like somebody has taken a spear and been making marks on either side, and as you watch how the spider is traversing this ground, you can tell that there have been carts being pulled by spiders that are moving through. While you are on the move, are there any questions that or commentary that that characters would have for Nevin and kind of understanding that culture?
yeah. Mosey would ask. He would just ask him, "Are you a druid, man? I see you're riding one of those rider things. Does that mean you're a druid?"
Um, that is what many of the inworlders will call us. Yes, we are uh, children of Icarus. Um, the Canoodle tribe. Yes.
Canoodle tribe.
One thing that you have
Yeah.
picked up on, you've heard of some of these tribes. So there's the
Connor's is just like he's taking up the rear.
did you cut out or just
Maybe.
all I heard was Conrad just
You
taking it up
done?
the rear.
I don't fucking know.
That's what I heard too.
Oh, sorry. No, I said Connor's just taking the rear.
Yeah, taking it up the rear
as in the rear of
of the formation. Yeah. Um,
Mosey would be in front, but he would just run around.
oh, he went robot again. Um, so I was saying, Mosey, that the something that you've picked up on is that these druids, um, all of their tribes are named for have names that are words that are often attributed to how a mother will interact with a child. Even a town that is close to the wilds named Cradle, which is similar to what a baby would be. It's spelled differently, but similar to what a baby would be put in. Canoodle, which means to like cuddle and kiss, caress, and is one of the other tribes, and embrace is the other druid. So there seems to be kind of a theme of mothering kind of love that seems to be a common theme with these druid tribe names.
Okay. So it's another druid tribe. It's called Embrace.
Yes.
But this guy, he's from the Canoodle tribe.
Yes. And so the
Mike, did you
Canoodle
bring him
tribe
up?
is they are the other druid tribes are fair skinned and seem to be more like um, like wood elves from the Faerun area, and these are darker skinned elves, but not like drow, like the dark gray, just
Yeah.
the ethnicity.
Yeah, like African. Do both tribes ride these spiders? The spider-like.
We are the only ones that ride spiders. It's these type of
Are they
creatures.
spiders or spiders? Sorry.
These type of creatures are only found here in the Western Spines.
Okay.
The and yes, those that ride spiders are called striders.
Spiders. With a T.
Yes.
Okay. I thought it was with a P. That's why I kept saying that. That's why I'm asking. Right.
Riddick would ask Nevin, do you know much more about this creature that attacked us? What's going to happen with this egg thing you mentioned?
That creature's a
If
secret.
you've been infected, the spores are start out very small, but if in a week or two you started to feel swelling and pain, then it's possible that there would be signs that started to show in a few weeks, but the difficulty is that it can be very difficult for the healer. What did I say his name was? Navak. It can be difficult for Navak to discover the spore this quickly after an attack. Plus, he hasn't had to do it in quite a while. I'm sure you guys will be fine.
I hope so. What were those things called? Those weird.
We call them wanderers,
Men-looking.
wild wanderers, because they wander the wilds.
So you don't know how to heal this then? It's only that my block.
I know it's like watching someone carve a totem from wood. Just because you've watched someone do it and know how it works doesn't mean that you have the skill for it. Most people are not trusted to cut on the flesh of other people. Only our healers are.
Okay.
It is
So he'll probably run a service or something to heal us.
it's
If that happens.
the procedure is invasive,
He stinks better than
especially
expected.
especially after healing, which is usually later. But I see that you have skills and abilities that are usually revered for our revered ones, or as the Enworlds call them, the Magi.
I don't really think that I'm from this place. I think I'm from another place, another world, and ended up here by accident. And he just says it kind of nonchalant. Like,
Yeah. Another place.
And then he grumbles about being a host. You crawling bastard folks.
Just like itching your chest, like where you
He's kind of jumping around and
You-
pissed off.
you little
'cause he's
you little
still raging.
bastards. You better. And the psychological effect of that is definitely pronounced. Connor, as you are trying to call forth your blades, they something that has come so easily to you about I would say 1 out of 3 don't appear, and sometimes when you throw them, the one that does appear, it will flash away faster. You have been able to stick a knife into a tree at 30 paces, but you've tried dozens of times to do it.
And Connors grumbles about dirty bastard, stupid anti-magic storms.
What the fuck are we doing here in the wilds?
Yeah,
This is fucking bullshit. Who comes to the
Or
wilds?
tell him that
Morons. That's who.
is our telepathic connection dead?
The telepathic connection, just like we just experienced, is
Yeah.
So it's
is it definitely seems to have interference happening. It's easier to talk just out loud right now.
Can you hear me now? Basically,
Yeah.
Connors was mad and hung up the phone when he realized it wasn't working.
yeah, I share
So
the
I threw
sentiment.
it on the
being rages.
ground.
Yeah, you probably don't want all that rage in your head anyway.
Yeah,
Riddick,
he's getting too many bad vibes from Mosey.
Riddick walks over to Mosey and asks about. That's the first time I've heard someone else say they're not from here. Came here by accident. Tell me more about that. Where are you from?
Hold on a minute, I gotta try something. And then he balls his fist up and he clocks himself in the face. This is while he's still raging because he wants to see if the divine fury's still up.
Okay,
And
go ahead and roll the attack.
He's not hitting him. He's hitting himself.
Yeah, I understand. Go ahead and roll the attack.
Like, hold on, I need to abuse myself. Um. So
so the
yeah, it hurt.
it hurt. It does 7 points of damage.
Okay, so it did all of it then?
I said it does 7 points of damage.
7 bludgeoning.
So his rage doesn't deal damage?
Yeah, okay, hold on. Answer this. Does the Divine Fury activate, or am I just punching myself like an idiot?
You're punching yourself like an idiot. But it's
Okay,
but it's
my
7
God.
points
You
of
get tough.
you can try again.
Oh yeah, sure. I just beat the crap out of myself all day.
If you want to, you can try hitting the you can try punching dirt clods that you throw up in the air. This is a fair experiment to do.
That's a good point. He actually he can actually use improvised weapons. So he'll just, as we're walking down the road, he'll just, for the next 10 minits or so.
Yeah,
That's
essentially
how
like,
long he can.
like picking up a stick and
Well,
hitting rocks with it.
Yeah. He'll just do that. He'll just huck shit at. He'll throw a spear at something, and then when he doesn't have anything, he'll just pick up the nearest thing and then he just huck it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds good. And then eventually it'll turn on. Maybe that's 10-minute duration,
So-
and after that he'll just.
So the
calm
AC
down.
is 10. Go ahead and you can see whether or not it affects. So if you want to go ahead and throw, you don't have to actually continue bashing yourself in the face. But while you're doing this though, you'll also be able to answer the question of that Riddick had about where you guys are from.
Oh
Again,
yeah.
Again, only
I don't.
you don't see the spark. Go ahead and throw one more time. Boom, you see it.
Right on. So we might be far enough away now,
Don't see it.
or it's sporadic.
Don't see
Okay,
it.
I see. So it's sporadic, right? It's sporadic. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it does seem to be sporadic. You definitely as you continue doing it, like there's certain spots that you're trying to hit, right? You're not just willy nilly aiming at a tree and throwing the spear. It's like aiming for the knot of the spear, right? Or a knot
Yeah,
on the. So
and to
the
point
one,
it out, I'm not. To
Go ahead.
point it out, I'm not being cruel or hurting animals. I'll just throw it at the ground or some target that's inanimate. I
right,
don't want to,
and so
it's
when,
not cool.
and go ahead and roll again.
Sorry to talk over you.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, to ensure no animal cruelty was happening was very important.
Well, he's all about animals and woods and
Okay, so-
shit like that. He's kind of a tree hugger barbarian.
So what I was going to, and it's been really difficult because you have consistently rolled 15s down the board and now rolled a 13. But what I wanted to demonstrate was that that the mechanic that is being used for this while you are in a, so obviously spells don't work at all, right? But even some of your magical effects don't work within this particular field, and it's about a 50-50 shot. So if you were to throw your spear or throw a punch and your attack is above the AC and it's an even number, your rage and your divine fury will still be there, right? But
So it's like
if you
50.
roll odd, it isn't. It's
Yeah,
just
okay.
it's interfering, but it's not able to interrupt the weave the same way that that it obviously affects and negates any kind of spell. But this is much more powerful magic than just like a dispel magic. And I'll actually look up the spell that this effect is kind of based on. But even a magic weapon is affected by
You're talking
this.
about anti-magic field. I know it. Yeah, I know what it does. It just suppresses magic.
I wonder if the bag of holding is affected.
Yeah.
If I just start.
What's really funny is you throw a guy
Hold
in the bag of holding. All right, just hold your breath. Oh, fuck. Don't open the bag right now.
But what
Yeah.
it does is it just suppresses the magic. So it would just be a simple bag. It wouldn't have.
And
wouldn't be a
it comes
bag of
it comes. You're right. I was just thinking you flip the bag inside out while in the anti-magic field, and then the magic comes back. And where did he go?
Look at this. Look at the screen.
That is very similar. Yes.
That is a long bit of text that I'm not gonna.
Not gonna read it. Well, at least it's
Sorry
an
for you. Are
8th
happy that it
level
happened.
Abjuration spell.
Where's the gilder?
Right. Well, the moral of this spell is that it suppresses the magic when it goes away or is dispelled. The magic in the aura comes back. It's a suppression. It's not a dispel. But that may not be the same as the storm. I'm just talking about the spell. So
Yep. Exactly. So, yeah, it isn't erasing anything, but it is definitely mucking things up. So
Okay.
when Riddick asked you where you're from, what is
oh right. Well, Mosey would say he said I'm not entirely sure because it happened so long ago. I've been here a long time, and yeah, I've been. And when I came here, it was at the map. Where is it? I need to look at the map. It was It was at the base of a really giant mountain, part of the north. And I don't. Apparently, every time I tell this story, everybody's amazed that it survived. But, you know, it wasn't that bad up there.
Yeah,
Everybody
so-
says it was, but
so when you
bad. But people,
when you arrived, you were actually in the wandering around the ruins near Never Island. You were able to see the ruins of Caress there to the north, and were spotted by essentially fishermen that were coming down through the transporters that were coming down the Median River there, and picked up. What I do need to do though, I have some calls coming in. You are still moving down through this. There is the breaking of brush that you hear. You hear up ahead and some grunting, and it interrupts your telling of what it is. that
Someone's
happened
getting
to you.
freaky in the bush.
Something is getting freaky in the bush and is about to pop out. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session, and we will find out what's in the bushes next time.
fair
All
enough.
All right.
Outstanding job. Way to mop the fucking floor with those 4 creatures that I nerfed because it would have been a deadly encounter, but I now wish that I would not have reduced their hit points because I think that it would have been interesting to see how how quickly you still would have been able to take them out. So the next time that they
Yeah,
are encountered, I will make sure that they just maintain their full hit points. All right.
Yeah, you know, it's cool. It's cool. You know,
They were mere fledglings.
level 5's a big boost for us. you know, in a lot of ways. So yeah,
Yeah, and this is the well,
and Mosey's kind of crazy. So.
what's hard is that that D&D is based on 3 to 5 encounters that expend resources a day,
Mhm.
and so often it's almost like long rests that happen between almost every session, and you will never have a big enough. I'll throw in 2 Taras, and you guys would still thrash it if you're at full health and full resources.
Not
As
no,
long
bro.
as long as it
That's
doesn't
the
hit
fun
you.
part about a rogue. I'm always at full resources.
Yes, the beauty of a rogue. Resources.
I
I don't
only
even
have
know what you're
3
talking
races.
about. I've got unlimited psychic fucking butter knives
Yeah, I hear
here
you.
in my pocket. I did
Well,
until
maybe
this
that's-
fucking wild showed up, and this is bullshit.
Mosey has only 3 uses of rage. It went up by 1 because his proficiency went up, but he gains 1 back every short rest. So he's, you know,
I will say
Really
that
help.
that before before the rustling in the bushes, you did have the opportunity to take a short rest. So if there's
Sweet.
die that you want to expend for recovery, for I think Mosey was the only one that was as
Yeah.
he does tanking and taking a lot of the damage. But that is it for tonight,
Pretty
gentlemen. I will see you
Cool,
next
man.
week.
he's going to take a really good bath when he finds, you know, the next opportunity. came up.
Scrubbing with a
Yeah.
stone.
Right. And he's going to hit himself the next. Well, that's a short rest. Okay. Next long rest he has, he's going to hit himself with that warrior of the gods again. It's like a radiant damage thing.
Yeah,
Hoping that'll heal him. It's like, come on, guys. Come on, gods. Give me a hand.
Disinfect me with your sunlight.
But in the meantime, you know, this downtime, he's going to talk to Nevin and learn what he can about what the druids believe in.
All right,
But
let's
he's
go ahead
curious.
and do that in the chat.